Hello, my name is Sue Povall, and I'm going to tell you the story of the frog and the locust. And this story belongs to the First Nation peoples of the plains of North America. I want you to imagine the plains stretching out as far as the eye can see, and off in the distance is a mountain. And from that mountain flows a small river, and where the river has found a way across the plains, she's carved out a small canyon. She dances and sings and chortles and splashes her way along the canyon bed. And around her, where the soil is moist, tall trees grow with leaves that shimmer in the wind, and bushes and grasses. And in the bushes are locusts, and in the grasses are frogs. Now there was a time when the rain didn't come for months and months and months. And the sun beat down onto this canyon so that little river, she dried up. And all that were left were a few muddy puddles down on the riverbed. On the edge of one of these puddles lived Frog. And Frog sat there and he watched his puddle get smaller and smaller and smaller by the day. And he worried that one of these days he'd have nowhere to live. But, he thought, it's okay because I know a rain song. And if I sing my rain song, the rain god will hear me and he will send the rain. So he began to sing. Rain, rain, rain. And he sang and he sang and he sang till he had no croak left in his throat. Then he looked up at the sky, which was wide and blue, without a single wisp, not even of white cloud. The rain god hadn't heard him. The frog's chin sank down to his chest, and as he sat on the edge of his puddle, he heard a strange sound. He thought this was very odd, so he went to investigate. And there he found, in a little bush nearby, a little locust, crying her heart out. What's the matter? Asked the frog. Well, said the locust, if it doesn't rain soon, all the leaves on my bush are going to go brown and crinkly, and I won't have anything to eat, and I will surely die. Well, the frog thought about this, and he thought, well, if his puddle dries up completely, he will die too. And he started to cry. Well, the little locust, on hearing the frog cry, she had an idea. Maybe, she said to the frog, maybe if we sang together, because I have a rain song as well, maybe if we sang together, then the rain god will hear us and he'll send the rain and we'll be fine. Well, the frog thought this was a great idea, so they started to sing. Rain, went the frog. Rain, went the locust. Rain, 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 rain. And they sang and they sang and they sang until the locust's little legs was raw and sore, and the frog didn't have a single croak left in his throat. And then they looked up at the sky, which was wide and blue, without a single wisp of even white cloud. The rain god hadn't heard them. But the frog living in the next puddle, he had heard them. And all the frogs living in the moist riverbank, they had heard them too. And all the locusts living in all the bushes around the riverbank, They had heard them too, and they all said, "You know what? We've got rain songs too." And they all started to sing together. Rain, 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 rain. And this time the rain god did hear them. And he looked down at the little canyon and he saw that it was dry as a bone. And he thought, "Oh no, I've completely forgotten to send the rain to that canyon." Immediately, he called up great big dark rain clouds, big heavy clouds that he summoned the wind to blow across the canyon. And there they started to let their rain fall. Splat, splot, splat, splot, splat, spot, splat, spot, splat, spot, splat, spot, splat, spot, splat, spot, until eventually there was a torrential downpour that lasted for hours and hours and hours. And before long, that little river, she was dancing and singing and chattering and jumping away down the canyon bed. And before long, there were green shoots in the grass, and green leaves started to push their way out of the branches of the trees and the bushes. And all those frogs and all those locusts, well, they learned that sometimes great things can happen when you work together.